Good evening, travelers. Acknowledging ours once were begun. We are back in Power Wash Sim 2. We didn't get too far before the service went up for passive exile, but we're here now, and, well, we have 2 maps to do. And I don't think it's going to take super long. I need to remember what the... Oh, good grief, I don't remember the controls to this. In any case, how are you doing, Kane? How are you doing, Kia? Hopefully you two are doing all right there. At least are better than I am. Gosh, why am I with a frog in my throat so much? Ah. Okay, no, I think I'll be fine. Let me just get some more stuff to drink. I'm okay, hope you're great. I'm going to pull a bit of Chernobyl and say, not great, not terrible. Funny enough, I just had to pay off my power bill earlier, and I was going, wait, why is my power usage so much higher than, July of last year? And I remembered it was stupidly hot this July. Like, it really, really shouldn't be this hot. And I had the AC on. Where are you? Not... You know what? Relax. You don't need to get angry. It's all going to be okay. Doing kind of bleh, could be worse, could be better. Not great, not terrible. That is how we run it here, right? I've been feeling, I don't know if sick is the correct term, but unwell. And I kind of blame my dad for this, because anytime I'm like, okay, I can now relax, I get sick. As if my body doesn't know what it is to relax, or it treats, relaxing as, wrong. Or it could just be me remembering, anytime I do try to relax, I get my issues with my allergies, or something.
The cross-turning thing is over there.
Ouch. Carolyn! Who are you? It's been a while. Hold on, let me shout you out. Also, let me shout out Kyo. I've seen Kyo's been streaming again too, so get shouted out, will you? How have you been, Erlen? If time to relax, it's the end of the world. Yeah, it's been a while. I know time zones and changing schedules means it's just hard to catch each other's streams. Okay, there it is. There we are. Doing great, losing weight, working out, taking better care of yourself. Good to hear. How about me? I am... okay. Not great, not terrible. I was having a lot of coughing and sneezing earlier from I don't know what was setting off my allergic reactions. Work has been kind of... my situation at work is... I don't know if weird is the right term. I'm supposedly moved off of my current project into a new one, like, now-ish? But I haven't heard anything from my boss other than, yeah, we have new projects spinning up. We just don't know when, and it's been like that for the past 2 months. Hey, sis! My goodness, so many people shout out. Hope you're doing okay, sis. Oh. Morning, probably heading out for the day, right, sis? Yeah, it's... I kind of miss my previous projects because, by trade, I am a software dev. And I've not been doing that for almost over a year now, because some other part of the company needed my expertise on this current project. Where are... Amda. I got feeling it's a little worrying having the project spinning up for 2 months. Okay, so the problem is, like, this is DoD contract, and the current administration has been very, very inconsistent with funding. They have just not been reliable in terms of getting, things done and sorting things out on the administrative end. And we've also been subcontracted out to other companies and we've worked alongside Boeing, and Boeing has its own problems right now. Worrying, kind of. Yeah, it is worrying because we're supposed to get, signed off for this, updating this project of ours, and nothing's come of it yet. I at least have my weekly meeting with my unit supervisor tomorrow, so I can at least inquire about that, but it is kind of baffling as to why it's been like this. What material is this anyways? It doesn't matter. I was going like, oh yeah, because the soap depends on... Nope, the soap does not depend on anything anymore. Material is irrelevant. I hope things don't take a bad turn. Yeah. We have other projects. Like, we are not in any danger. It's just that, my mind is sort of kind of going crazy looking at all of these, the same thing for about a year. And admittedly, I've been on these, I guess, shifts every 1.5 years, so I get moved to a new project because, the project is finishing up. So... And I still get all of the administrative emails from my division, even though I'm not working with them at the moment. Do I really want to be doing this one next? You know what? I'm already here. I may as well, right? Let's go ahead and do this foyer area first. After taking care of all of this, let's go ahead and do the ceiling. Having the dirty ceiling is just going to bother me. Especially because I actually don't like doing the ceilings. And it's in part because whenever I do the ceilings, like, I subtly have my head and neck looking upwards, and that hurts after a good while, I know, I shouldn't be doing it, but it's just a bad habit, and it's kind of annoying. Also, just having this thing in view, this is unsettling. Like, dirty ceiling is just very unsettling for me. Yeah, it's getting all messy. Let's just soap. There we go. And you just adjust for the edges here. No, right around the beam. There we go. Glad it gave me that early. I was looking at Morganson talking about the League and Path of Exile, and yeah, it feels so weird that I finally made it to maps and kind of can go through the Atlas pretty quickly compared to the first time around in Path of Exile, only for the League to just be so empty. It feels... I think that's kind of what is also fueling my disappointment, where the case of, yeah, I'm finally here, and then there's nothing to do here. I need to get going to bed. I'll lie more soon. Thank you for coming by, Aaron. Helen. I'm always glad to have you here. It's always a pleasure. Rest well. Yeah. Okay, the fact that the healing goes partway into the bowling alley proper is going to annoy me. And the fact that this is just a huge chunk is also going to annoy me. And the fact that this is so bright yellow is also... it's burning my eyes. Maybe if I do it this way with my back to the light source, it'll be not as bad. Nope, it's still terrible. You know, I've never seen, I guess, a modern bowling alley. Does that make sense? Like, these were all built in the 70s or 60s. The 80s? The 80s is 40 years ago now. And they've just never been changed ever since. It's like a time capsule. Okay, good. The trim is... Okay, good. It's all that. It's so weird. The 90s don't feel far away, but the 80s do. I wonder why. And then, like, 20,000s, or maybe at least the 2010s to the tiny 20s just all blend together. Maybe when I get older, I'll be able to look back and see much more different eras. Time is weird. Time does not go in lines, it goes in circles. That's why clocks are round. Oh, I have to message my sister. Okay, that's Hidden Cove. Yeah, after I do this area, I'm just gonna do the roof all over there. I miss Exponential. Oh boy. Then you start getting to... Oh, Exponential. I'm like... My first thought was polynomial time algorithms. I miss those, honestly. Going through that. I think the weird thing about my life right now is that everything has just been in a sort of, yeah, we're doing this all temporarily while we get things sorted out. Like, and, you know, it's been like that for the past, I don't know, 10-ish years. Don't power wash much car. I'm sorry, but unfortunately, I can't. There's no way for me to match.
A normal adventurer.
No way for me to magically, wash your car from here. If I could, like, put my car in here, in this game, wash it and have it, you know, you washed IRL, I would love that. Anyways, Emmy, how are you doing? Yapping Fuyu, yes, Yapping Fuyu is yapping. Because, I mean, what else? You're not here to just watch Power Wash all the time, are you? As satisfying as this is, or rage-inducing with all the little bits that I'm missing here. Oh, it's because it considers that part also part of the entire thing. Okay. Anyway, Saber, Emmy, how have you two been? Love with Bioshock 2. I'm glad to hear that. Having fun with what you're playing is always important. Laura's not here, and today's Tuesday, so she's probably still streaming. But I will always... Well, I don't mean to disparage her, but... girl really needs to take care of herself. How is everyone? I'm doing okay. Not great, not terrible. Alright, let's get this roof done. I'll be streaming Charlie too. I was testing Audrey's book club. Yeah, how was the Stingray discussion? I remember watching the bits of the anime, just going, oh wow, I recognize the strategies. Wait a minute, I've just been tricked into watching a legit sports anime. Learned a lot about Japanese horse racing, yeah. There's a whole nother world, you know? Future culture behind it. It's really funny that you don't really notice how much horses have been in our culture. I mean, look at all the English idioms that we have, you know? Like horsing around, dohongi, I could eat a horse, hold your horses, putting the cart before the horse, and so on and so forth. Chomping at the bit. We have so many horse-related idioms. We just don't notice. Okay. This all's for soap. Eh? Oh. Because there's no dirt, so it doesn't stick. underside of the shelf, that's why, okay. Rudy's called them reception bowling shoes. Reception... Looks like I got all the shoes. Yep. All the shoes. Oh, washing the shoes while you're at it? Yeah! I don't know if these shoes would be usable after being in here for so long, but... the Mystery Science Theater 3000 mantra comes in here. It's just a game. I should relax. Actually, now that I think of it, yeah, this is all just cosmetic points, I think. Want yourself to relax, you should do Duck Yellow. Me trying to put logic to the Power Wash games, yeah. Yeah. No, at least they added so many things to the house decorating or decoration. I'm terrible with those decoration kind of things. I just let my mother and my twin sister handle all the decoration for me. Yeah, now that I think of it, all the decorations I have up right now, where I live right now, have been because of my sister and my mom. And I just leave it there. I still have a wreath they put up for Christmas. They just can't be bothered to take it down. It's inside the house, but... still, just couldn't be bothered. And actually, it's weird. I suppose now that I am, driving to an office, that, I'm not in this place for most of the time. But at the same time, if I do end up going back to, work from home... Oh my gosh, I am terrible. I just realized that when growing up, all the decorations in my bedroom were also from my sister. I did absolutely no decoration. I'm sorry, on one hand, I find it funny, on the other hand, it's like, oh gosh, did I really, really outsource all of my aesthetics to my sister? Oh, Christmas Village on a small shelf that's been out here a couple years, yeah.
Oh, Atria, I've got something for you.
Take a drink. There we go. Thank you for reminding me of the drink. Okay, now I actually need this stool. Wait, no, I need the... no extension. Adaptable. Okay. Hydrate before you dihydrate. I'm not sure if that's how it works. This is a situation where I should have been using the soap. Except I was just too lazy. I be too lazy. Okay. There we go. Hey, get it? Nope. Trophy shelf is still okay because it's the underside of this. Okay. I can do the floors of this. I just realized. Because I forgot this game has this little fellow. But for now, let's go ahead and clean the walls. $1986. 20? It's not 20 years ago. It's 40. Where has the time gone? These Springsteen, Madonna, way before Nirvana, there was U2 and Blondie. And music still on MTV. You all know that song, right? What I've been singing? Yeah! We take those. Why is the computer... Open 7 days a week, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Entrance poster. No, I'm just... A place like this bowling alley. It kind of makes me wonder about what the community here is like. I know, me overthinking a silly video game. But I don't remember the last time I've been to a bowling alley, and I rarely see these nowadays. I just can't help but wonder, where are they now? What is the... Do they exist, though? Well, they do exist. I still see a few. There's one nearby, but it just seems like it's fallen so far out of... I don't know. Places to hang out, I guess? And I know a lot of people have noticed that, kids don't hang out at malls anymore. But I think things like that was... We did those things not because of, certain aspects of our life, but in spite of it. Funny thing is, growing up, my sister and I were very, very heavily monitored. We didn't get to go out much. We didn't get to hang out with friends much. Though, it's honestly a wonder that my sister still manages to keep in contact with all of her friends, and I suppose that's why they hang out. Yeah, a lot more. Although, her friends and her wife, yeah, they ended up getting jobs nearby. Or at least not too far away from, where we grew up. Whereas I ended up going very, very far away. But are we gonna karaoke? No, we are not. I saw this poster here saying 1986, and then I started singing the song 1985 by Bowling for Soup. That said, Bowling for Soup, I don't know if it's right to call them a one-hit wonder. Because, I don't know. I don't remember much of their music. It always amuses me that, we had... Gosh, what year was All Killer No Filler? All Killer No Filler, what year was that? Okay, so yeah, we had All Killer No Filler was 2001, and then from 2004, we had Linkin Park with Meteor and Hybrid Theory. And just that 50 in the music that was popular at the time. I did end up getting a few videos on my YouTube feed, about, not really old songs, but the typical songs of this demographic. And of course, there was, songs from my generation. Talking about my generation. Okay, who was... Okay, so that was The Who. I blame my uncle, who gave me all those, albums from the 80s and such. I should have it in my music library. I just don't pull it out for streams. High school never ends. That's another... Really? That's also Bowling for Soup? Interesting, okay. How does tabbing up someone actually work? I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. You have to explain to me what tab open while I'm streaming. And I still earn points. Yeah! You just have it up and just make sure that you're not having the stream show up on your... the other stream show up in your stream. Although what I do is I actually, in OBS, I have another browser window. Not browser window. It's like a browser pane that you can add in OBS. And that's where I put Atria's stream, because I do have Atria's stream running at the same time as mine. And yeah, you can just put the browser window and make it like super tiny in OBS, and it still counts. It's actually really funny that I sometimes log into OBS. I log into Twitch and I have all these things that are in my Twitch drop. I'm like, oh yeah, I get it, cause I have Atria's stream up at the same time. we can probably just... I'm already here. Yeah, graffiti. Though I have to wonder why people would, graffiti something like this, because who would see it? You know, you put a Kilroy was here, well, who's gonna be seeing it? What's the point of doing these kinds of things if no one's gonna see it? Oh, I may as well... There we go. Didn't realize I was almost done with that. Maybe it might just be better for me to use soap right now. There we go. Sweep it nice and easy. Now, I've got to respect how they do this on a technical level. I personally wouldn't know how. I remember first doing, well, there was a game dev class, summer school kind of thing, and trying to code things in a very, very naive way. Collision detection is like a nightmare. Though, yeah, I understand when there's visual clipping and hitbox issues, because I know that's not easy. And getting it right, the more accurate you want, the more computationally heavy you get, and you have a computing budget. Okay, the underside. Yep, I knew it. There we go. Okay, what did I miss here? Oh, that. Alrighty. Time to change tack a little. This is always finicky. Just have this thing here. Wait, hold on. There we go. I knew I had something bigger for this. Now I realize, like, yeah, why not stick with the big one all the time? Oh yeah, you're sometimes want to get in between the spaces where the big one can't fit. Okay, there's some really wild parallax going on here. Like, I'm pretty sure there's some camera tricks going on with this. Yeah, you see this? Yeah, that's... How does this visually make sense in terms of me actually cleaning things here? It doesn't. It's very trippy. I'm like, why was I using no extension? I can just do this. Oh, I will... why? Because it's... If I go too fast, it doesn't do it properly. That's annoying. I imagine it as a UFO extracting dirt. Fair enough. And I'm glad they segmented this instead of making a one giant thing. Yeah, I still miss things if I go too fast. There we go. Perfect. Is it really perfect? It's good enough. I mean, I thought it came to me earlier, like, sure, perfect is the enemy of good, but sometimes good enough is just not good enough. Doesn't need to, the Steam just does. Hello, Jontum. How are you doing? Yeah, the thing is, the thing on the underside still needs to swirl around. So if you go too fast, the swirl doesn't catch everything. You know, why did we use all these colors back in the 80s? Was it because we just couldn't make anything neater? Or was it really just technical limitations? I kind of wonder if, you know, a lot of aesthetics are driven by the technical limitations of the time. You know, this reminds me of those, funny, vibrant aesthetic. True. And then we went... Oh, I remember, gosh, that era in the early 2000s with Apple and having all these shiny chrome and smoothed tiny edges on everything. And then we had, you know, liquid glass, the Aero aesthetic from Windows 7, Windows Vista. And like, yeah, how did we go from XP to Vista to... Oh yeah, no, it's a very fascinating, for lack of a better word, journey. Right, let's get the trim first. I think with the Aero effects and transparency, that was kind of the new thing because, you know, we couldn't do it before. Technical limitations. I miss Windows 7, yeah. I guess it's because, you know, we grew up in this era, but I've not seen a lot of major aesthetic changes between the 2000s and now. Although maybe I just described it, going from Windows XP, having that very soft and not really homey feel, but you had a lot of these, I know, the vision of the future with everything being clear and transparent. Those glass windows, the very sci-fi, holographic screen feeling. I think that was it. People wanted that, or were trying to make that very advanced feeling sci-fi aesthetic. Whether or not it worked is, I suppose, still up for debate. It's actually kind of funny when you read things like Neuromancer and Snow Crash and their vision for computerized feature, and just how hilariously off the mark they were. In terms of just, how technology would advance and how things would work. Tech-wise. Like, social commentary is still completely spot on, but gosh, the tech itself, absolutely wrong. It's so... Well, I suppose we remember that kind of aesthetic because it's wrong, and you remember things like the Jetsons having that, thinking, oh, we'll have all these flying cars in the future. And that, it was called like Ray Punk Gothic, of the, like, post-war, for that sci-fi aesthetic. And we remember it for being just so absolutely wrong. And we don't really know, who was right, because it's just become the norm. I wonder where all the water from the washing is going. The same place where all the water is coming from. It's clearly physics in this world does not work the same way. This world is not tethered by our feeble understanding of the physical world. Okay, so I can hit it like this. Good. Get this out of the way. Yeah, this very rounded... It's not Yellow Submarine, but the Life Aquatic. That's what it reminds me of. How did Update 14 in Space Marine treat you? I've not played Space Marine in a while, and I saw that the content update is largely just more stuff to grind for. So, I'm not super interested in it right now. I don't know, something about Space Marine is kind of... Yes, I'm not as interested in it anymore. I feel like just the progression is kind of not there for me. And the buildcraft is just kind of non-existent. But then again, I've been heavily spoiled by how Path of Exile does things. Speaking of, I was wondering whether to switch over to a Penance brand build, but then I remembered, oh yeah, need more here. And that's currently where I'm at with the season. Like, if I cannot get any better gear to drop, I might just bounce. Well, I'll still try build up the rolling magma mines. I'm on patch where I'm critting. If the next patch is bad, I'm done. Yeah, I don't get it. If the new league mechanic is supposed to encourage crafting, why is nothing good dropping as good crafting bases? I'm just baffled. Like, I don't know what to do. And I'm in a weird spot where, sure, I'll do maps, but it's honestly more for just getting more maps and getting, the charts. Because unless you can get more charts from just diving into the Bathyscape, you're going to have to run maps for it. It just feels weird now that I think of it, and I'm talking about it. But yeah, my biggest problem is just my survivability. I did buy, like, a better shield, and that's almost doubled my energy shield. But even so, it's just... I was still getting one shot. Okay, Morgan, has the damage, incoming damage, felt really weird to you lately? Because I'm willing to accept that I'm under-geared in general going into these maps. Actually, I've never had that feeling of squishiness even last season. It just feels like they misplaced a number somewhere and the damage is just way too high. And some of the mobs are, it's like playing a bullet hell game more than anything. In place. Okay. No, there's 100% an issue. Okay, so I'm not going crazy. My 35-day EHP Pathfinder just falling over. Yeah. Yeah, hold on. How much EHP do I have? Cyclone Slayer was 100 EHP and having the same issue of just thunder and one-shots, or just there's 3 mobs that do projectiles at you and suddenly you're dead. Okay, yeah. On the other hand, they fixed the Oserum issue in PoE too, so that's good. Grand expeditions are back on the menu. If I was doing an Uber, no worries, no worries. I said it earlier, it feels kind of disappointing this season because, like, I got the maps in what, 2 days? And I'm so excited. I'm at the end game for a new season, and it sucked. It's kind of disappointing that it ended up like that. Here, I'm bouncing back to 2 and doing SSF, yeah. Are the drop rates different in SSF? Okay, look at this guy's name. The Big Zlebruski. Of course. Of course. There's no trading. Oh, what did you get, Kyo? Yeah, I should have just used Dope for that. Get Biggs and Libruski. Ooh, that's really cute, Kyo. I like it. Thanks for sharing it with me. Okay, it's recessed in. I was starting to go crazy, like, is it poking out or is it recessed in? Okay, this entire place here is dirty, but the bowling pins, for some reason, remain completely clean. Okay, given how heavily caked on that is, we're going soap. That is a soap job. Huh? Okay. Oh, come on. Okay. I do like that this thing works. I do appreciate the fact that, you know, they actually had that working. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. I'm a little too close, or I'm close enough that I can increase the spread a bit. Okay. I'm just spraying blindly. At times, like, it's so hard to see that last bit of dirt. Like, where? have to be sneezing. I'm sorry, I had to mute because of me sneezing. Where? Really? That counted as the... Okay, so the crone part counted. Alright. Yeah, it's a good thing I chose to soak this up because this is a recessed thing. There's grooves in it, and trying to get it all in the grooves is going to be a pain. There we go. Nice and clean. And we're already at 70, almost 80%, huh? Just gonna get the walls done, and the flashing arm gonna be last, for sure. I did not realize there was a thing there. It's all bowling. Well, this place is looking more and more respectable by the moment. Okay, yeah, this... All the graffiti is always a diff art stock thing. So it's just better to soap it. So I just did the math. I'm making less than 10 divs a day right now. Let's say I make 10 divs an hour. Yeah. I wonder. I was wondering, like, what is the widest nozzle I can get for this? And it's the 40, but you can get the 40 with the adjustable nozzle too, so... Curiosity sated. I suppose. Now this has so much retro future vibes to it. Yeah, I wasn't even trying to clean the stairs, it just got cleaned as collateral. Okay, so there's the underside. As always, I always forget that, like, the underside of these desk kind of things. Alright. Just going to continue the soap. That is a lot of soap that I have here, so... Oh, did they miss something? Yep, over there. We've got Vexnerd out. And again, that one awkward small little spot that I missed. Ah, I keep doing that. I keep mixing up the 1 and 2 key for changing the nozzles. There we go. I suppose since I'm here, may as well use the swirly thing. And then I'll just spot clean detail after. There we go. There we go. Now, how are we going to handle the bowling balls here? Let's push them all over to one side. Or we can just stick them down here. Not like they need to be, you know... Besides, it's a video game. You don't need to be worrying about, you know, whether or not these things are going to survive us dropping it like such. Eh? What is it telling me? Oh. It wants me to finish this off. What are you complaining talking about? No, I'll get to you once I finish with this. My goodness, so impatient. It's screaming, clean me like I will get to you once I finish with this. Patience. Right. Come on. And I'm moving too fast again. Oh, dear. Come on. Get that through. Ah! There we go. Could be a simple matter of just doing this back and forth. Here we go, nice and easy. You know what? It's going to annoy me by just seeing this, so let's... just take care of this, or else I'm going to lose my mind with all those spots on the side of the wall. Okay. And now just seeing this nice and shiny from under the bowling lane, it's nice. And I do both. Let's try it. All right. Come on, get that. Thank you. I guess a good question is, should I be doing it left to right or front to back? Like, should I be moving laterally or... What's moving forward and back? If moving side to side is lateral, what is forward and back called? Like, I really don't know. Yeah. We'll have to get the lane on next pass. I mean, the gutter on the next pass. Oh dear. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, we'll do it this way. And then when we do the gutter on the other side, we'll just do a similar kind of walk. Or, yeah, let's... I don't know if proof of concept is the right term here, but... Ah! Why are you rebelling against me now when you were fine earlier? Oh, the machine spirits are fickle. I missed something? This? All those small spots, huh? Ah. Hate having those small spots like that. Come on. There goes my sanity. I've not been paying attention to the text messages from the skate. It's been sending me, so I've completely skipped over the lore of this one. Yeah, it might just be better to do it like this. Just this way have it. Yeah, get the gutter. I'm pretty sure I'm missing a few small things all around because there's no way that this is 2% of the entire thing. Or maybe it is. Okay, what am I missing? All the small things here. This chair, gosh. There. Neat little stuff here, gosh. Moving ceiling light. You. There we go. It's nice having that area in the front be so clean. There we go. Okay. Miniature village. Model village, huh? Yeah, let's go to home base, because I don't trust that your progress will be reset. Wait, what? Okay, so I do have everything career mode. So. What do we have here? Oh boy, okay. Oh boy. Definitely a soap job. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a major soap job. But let's clear out this flat area here first. I mean, nothing to it but to just get going, right? Something 1,000 miles single step. He called it Nutsville? Wait, this guy bought matches in bulk. Do we just turn them into... Wait. If these are made out of matches... Isn't that... You know what? That's not my problem. I'm just here to power wash. Fire hazards are someone else's problem. I'm just paid to make things clean. If things burn down and, well, they'll just have to pay me to clean it up again. Don't tell me it considers... Okay, yep, it's the outside too. I mean, me as well route here, so... And all that. It's probably... Yep, there we go. That alone was 4%. Soap ad starting soon. Yeah, we're using the high pressure, or rather the higher pressure one, so I think we'll be fine doing it like this. The adjustable nozzle is so nice. Come on. There we go. I wonder what material these are made out of. Oh, you really can't judge nowadays. You easily fake things like, marble and stone with some pretty good painting. Not that it matters too much. I suppose I care more along lines of, durability and longevity. Pulling it up through here. There we go. The fact that this is 6% is remarkable. I don't think I finished with the barrier, the viewing area barrier. Come on. Oh dear. This is a water step, huh? Fair enough. The usual tricks did not work. That's fine. I shouldn't... Okay, I'm gripping my mouse really hard to the point that my fingers are actually starting to feel numb. I really shouldn't be doing that. Here we go. So. Well, that can be easily done that way. I think what's going to end up happening is we're just going to soap a lot of this. Because there's just so many little nooks and crannies that we're better off just dousing it in area in soap and then quickly rinsing it off. Yeah, see, with the soap, it's just much faster. And I didn't soak this thing. Therefore, it gets a little trickier. I realized those rocks counted too. And welcome back from ads, everyone. This guy has a train over there too, huh? Oh, you could turn off the train. Interesting. Probably because we need to stop it at some point to clean out the tracks, especially where it is under it. Let's clean out harbor. And the boat's going to be a pain without soaping it. Yikes, all these buildings here. Having to monitor how much soap is currently out. Yeah, let's just wash it off now. Nice and easy. Arbor bushes. This is not a bush. Alright. I mean, I'm not going to complain. It is what it is, and you say it's a bush, it's a bush! I'm not piqued to argue that. Why is the harbor house not hearing? I did not actually soap the walls. But it looks like with the way I've sprayed it all, it's clearing up over here. It'll be fine. Now the harbor wall here is probably double-sided, so I have to do the other side. Oh, I didn't even soak this one. Well, let's see how bad it is. Not too terrible. Yeah, get the, stone over there, and this here. Would this even be safe to power wash? Like, would the power wash wrecked houses are called? Yeah, this is not safe to power wash at all. Especially if the guy was talking about using up his excess matchsticks. Yeah, if he built this out of matchsticks, this thing would have easily come apart. I mean, after all, you are pretty much scraping the top of the surface here with water. So you are putting a lot of pressure here. I mean, this is why you generally power wash things like sidewalk. Those are sturdy enough to stand up against the forces that a power washer will bring to bear. Okay. Let's bring you out. I mean, I know the game has the word simulator in it, but this is far from, realistic. But then again, you're not here for the realism. You're here for the chill vibes. And just the satisfaction of seeing that which was dirty become clean. The great clean one. Nurgle, avert your eyes. Even with the bowling alley mission, you would not power wash bowling shoes on the shelf. Oh yeah, absolutely. Those shoes would get torn apart. Okay, those are simple enough to be not need soap. Okay, one thing at a time. If I keep doing that, I'll just keep following things and I'll never get done. I'll just spread it out farther than I need to. Keep doing that. Okay, it is the 2 button. Not the 1 button, the 2 button. Oh dear. There's so much that gets cleaned up out of collateral whenever I do things with the soap. All of the rocks here can just go without the soap. I don't need the soap for really simple objects like that. And for the edges, we'll just run this around here. And we're already 20% in. Again, thank goodness for soap. Okay, I need to move my mouse. I need to move some things here so I'm not so tightly gripping on the... Hold on, what the... Oh, my mouse pad is so sensitive sometimes that having a small bit of dust under it, you can feel it. I don't want to handle this. We'll go... Technically, I should be going along the grain. No. Give me that. What is this material? It looks like cloth. So the fences are not that problematic. Yeah, definitely this dried mud. It's hard to tell. Not that it matters, it's just kind of a curiosity at day's end. Oh, yikes, really? That? Okay. I thought it's hard to tell whether it's just dirt or shadows sometimes. Yeah, this very much gives a vibe of, pillows. Okay, so counts this entire part as one. Alright. Yeah, we'll cut the fire and then we'll go to that pond over there. Honestly, yeah, this is really better for it. As long as I keep a good pace. I'm somewhat concerned that this isn't all dried mud, but... this is very much... my thoughts right now is, gosh, how much disease has been piling up here. Back all night. I'm Miss Ram Hub. Thank you for coming by, Kyo. It's always a pleasure to have you here, and thank you for showing me that thing. I really like it. Sweet dreams and rest well. Hopefully things, well, go for the better for you. See you next time. Lake dock, lake house. So, funny enough, someone has prodded me to go back into Polya. And I'm not sure if you were around at the time when I was playing Polya King, but my first reaction was, oh no, my farm factory is just... it's so out of date. And I'm just dreading the process of getting that all back online. As always, factory must grow. I know I haven't been playing factory games recently, and I think part of it was that the alchemy factory just pissed me off so much that it kind of burned out for a while. But at the same time, this starting one up is just so monumental. But I am thinking of just doing another Factorio run of just so much more chill, peaceful mode, and getting things, up and running, just so I can make like a pretty factory. And just focus on making a nice looking factory instead of all the bootstrapping I did. Like, getting things up and working is great, but I might have to just adjust the stuff regarding quality, because having quality stuff is good. It kind of, once you're at a point where you're like recycling everything for quality and you're just guaranteed max quality, it just stops being a mechanic. Ironically enough. Yeah, make it look nice. I don't know, maybe we do that tomorrow. Tomorrow will be another Factorio run. If I'm not itching to do Path of Exile. The thing with Path of Exile, though, is, you get lured in with all these builds promising, hey, you XYZ, it'll be, you can do this. And yet, you run into some sort of caveat, or RNG just does not drop and it tells you, okay, you need to equip this thing, but you don't have it. What do we do now? You gotta grind for it. Gotta grind to do the grind, and I don't know. While the Wintertide brand is working well, there's just this feeling of, this was not as advertised. It's kind of like those memes where, like, you order it online and then you get it in person and it's absolutely wrecked, useless, or just really bad quality. Hoping to do more than just Asylum. Abyss. Lum? What is Lum? Luminary, okay. Buffs for the next patch. Very hesitating with online shopping, especially Amazon. I don't really trust Amazon anymore. If I can do it without Amazon, I do. Or if it's something that's just so generic that it really isn't going to... Yeah. I have to research every single brand I come across on Amazon, because there's just so many fakes. It's so tiring. I'm to sort out all the fake fly-by-night drop-shipping brands that... And I find it funny that, back in the day, you were like, oh yeah, brand name is way too expensive. You can get generics, or this off-brand thing, for much cheaper, and it's just as good. And now we're going back to brand names because you can't trust the knockoffs anymore. All right, let's handle this side. Oh gosh, I really stretched it with my soap on that one. I just went through all the things and didn't realize I'd run out. I've been seeing some of my other friends play Skyrim, and I'm really tempted to try get Skyrim again. There is a sort of like mod setup that I've been trying to do for a while, and it's basically turning it Skyrim into a more, hack slash ARPG, third person rather than, all the first person and all the jank that comes with Skyrim and such. The game's pretty much a game engine now, which is really cool. By Grim Dawn? I'll have to look into that. Oh, this lacks of soap all around. Ah. Oh well. Perfect. All right, let's handle this side of the river. And then we'll handle the banks, and then yeah. Archie played for the Archipelago game. The thing with the Archipelago game is I actually liked the rate of progress I had with Factorio. That was an enjoyable pace. Oh, I already ran out, huh? Just hadn't been paying attention to my soap usage. That's fine. Why is Forest House not getting clean? Who dares? Oh, okay, it's just my antivirus. Speaking of, I find it funny how, we used to say, oh yeah, don't use the antivirus that Windows comes with, it sucks, yada yada, here's all these other free antivirus things. And now, Windows Defender is actually decent. And nowadays, we don't, it's more of a, don't click on these obviously suspicious links. And even nowadays, like most viruses are largely to put your computer as part of a botnet. Which, mind you, still bad, but it's not, will hold your data for ransom. I mean, those kinds of attacks tend to be more on the corporate side. Are we? Okay, we're not done here. I really don't need to use stealth for these things, but I'm already here, I'm already spraying it. May as well. all the little things I didn't realize were actually even there are dinging. I wonder if I can use Stope and the Whirligig. Alright, just force floorlets left. That's a lot of floor. And it is in part because it includes all of this. Oh, gee. Now, handle the edges later. I say as I go through the edges. Yeah, the leaves was a big oof moment right there. I really don't know what to use the dual turbos for. There doesn't seem to be anything that kind of warrants it other than long-range spots. Now it's here out the river. I won't lie, I'm actually kind of inclined to do the city area last. And just do the train and all the surroundings first. Now let's do the train and the area back here first. First, let's actually grab the I'm not quite sure if this is viable. We'll see. Did the castle and city area look like it'll be nightmare declared? Not with soap. See, soap really does help a lot with taking care of those nooks and crannies. It's just the big open areas where it's so easy to leave small bits and pieces here and there. That's actually kind of more the terrifying one for me now. Not terrifying, but the parts I dread. Want to do that? Thank you. Want to know what kind of beans I got here in the village? Wait, what? Hold up. Never mind. Okay, now you're out of my way. I don't know. Not really liking this. Or just soap. That feels very, very stuck on. White brick, you really fooled me on that one. No, on the other hand, 41%. We're making good progress. Okay, so the viaduct bridge. So. Okay. Does it consider it both sides? Part of the... It does. Yeah, alright. So considers both sides of the... Rage being part of it. Hey, over here. Thank you. Yeah. So with this, you can just... that in. I'm pretty sure the viaduct base includes the underside, so... But support should yep, right there. It dinged. Okay, what am I missing? Oh gosh, a huge amount still. Yeah, I'm too lazy to change the extension size, so I'm just doing this. Okay, fine. Oh, now that I do that, then it pops. Absolute lunacy, I tell you. Absolute lunacy. Oh, come on. That small little thing I'm missing. Ah! No, get the self. Yeah. Just soak it. See how much easier it is? Yeah, it's me going, oh yeah, I don't need to soap it. It's all flat and easy to see and easy to reach. Nope. Don't need to soap it. Especially because of the... Oh well. No, not you. You. Oh, yikes. Okay. Nice and easy rinse. Ah, the train itself has dirt to remove. It have the duck under like that all the time. There we go. And even the train is now clean. Rejoice. Alright, we want to handle... No, let's do the entire track first, then we can handle the grounds. Then we can work our way from this back area here, then we'll go to the front of the village. There's also this here. Dumping around, trying to put everything. Oh dear. We have our supply of... Our supply's still good. Oh dear. Okay. Maybe you need a short extension. Ah. Come on. House is done. Oh, it's all done. Ha ha ha. Okay. All these, we take them. Although, with all the... Even with all of that, I'm missing something. There, okay. I don't quite know. So let's try. See if... Not sure I'm liking this. Yeah, this honestly calls for soap. We're just gonna soap. Yeah, it's so much easier to just soak it. Although you do get these small white flecks every now and then and it just... Ah, but where is that your sanity? Okay. I keep doing that. Pushing the wrong button for the wrong selection wheel. I realize I haven't heard the ting for a long while. You know, I just realized this part of that feedback loop of... You know, why do we play things like Path of Exile? Well, we want to hear the sound of really good loot dropping. And that's probably what, you know, Power Wash Sim really taps into. That feeling of, ooh, good loot drop, even though you're not really looting anything. It just tickles the reward center that way. Indeed. It's almost... I'd call it almost Pavlovian at this point. Oh, we humans are simple creatures, aren't we? The dopamine kick. Yep. Okay, that's clever. You section off the floor like this. So it's not just one huge, enormous floor. There we go. No, I need to drink a bit. And with that, we're halfway done. All right, let us continue. I think the floor is just going to be just the biggest effort. Like after this, after the train here, it's gonna be the floors. They'll take so much work. Yeah, this was easy. It's gonna be the underside that's gonna be it. The real killer, huh? Yeah, the outer is gonna be fine. It's just the underside, which is gonna be a pain. Alrighty. And this should... I thought it would ding very soon, that viaduct bridge. There we go. Yeah, the viaduct base is just gonna have to be me going under and just manually doing all of this under here. Ah, 'cause this is where the sun don't shine, quite literally. Here we go. What if the soap miss all of that? Oh well. Yeah, and this is... like, oh my goodness, how do you do this one? Yeah, that was a nightmare in and of itself. Did I miss something on the port here? On the other... yeah, it was the other side, okay. You. Got one more bridge section here. Then we can just do the outskirts in the back here. Work our way around. All right. I have no idea why that's like that. I'm not gonna question it. I may not have enough silk for all of this. Yeah, I don't. We just wash off what we can. Focus primarily on... no. I did hit the underside, I may as well since I'm here. free. Thank you. What is... I'm not going to question that. This person makes questionable choices, but I'm not going to question it. This town is full of weirdos anyways. I'm better off saving my sanity, not questioning what they do. There's no logic to be found in this town. In this county, even. Abandon all ye logic, all ye who enter here. Yep, that's the bridge done. The base just means I think this. Are just bits and bobs everywhere. There we go. Alright, we'll get the tunnels, we'll get the train running, and then we'll do
Hey, put
all
those
this.
in the
Ouch.
quest bin.
You know what I'm going to also do? I'm going to be just right back. Because I'm going to get some need some ribs. Be right back. Okay, got myself some blueberries and yolk. Did I? I hope I didn't drop any. I hope so. That was just the feeling of the fan against my leg and not me actually dropping some of these. Oh. Oh, no. Okay. Well, we have all of these boulders here. You know what? Let's start with everything that's outside that train perimeter. Also, let's actually finish with the train tunnel. Like, ever time where you feel like you feel something and then you don't know what it is, and then suddenly you're just so hypersensitive to everything else? Oh, ads are starting soon. I've had those. Yeah. Now, have you ever had a time where you're out and you notice someone walking behind you and your first instinct is just to make sure that they didn't steal your wallet? I have that way too often. Like, I suddenly go, oh gosh, do I feel my wallet in my pocket still? Yep, there are the ads. There. Wait, so. Although this is a case of. Wait, have I not been using? Oh no. Yeah, I was not on extension. Okay, so treating the hot air balloon as a singular object. The pull and all that. How do I get to the top of that thing? Do I just... I guess I just do it that way. Or I can do that! Aha! This is going to look silly if it shows up on the, time-lapse. Let's clean this up as much as we can before dropping down. Ah. Oh yeah, I could stand on top here. I could have stood on top here and that. But, oh well. Yeah, I've got enough soap to soap all this up. Hot air balloon office rental people? What? That's hyper specific, but okay. Well, that's done, so not gonna worry. Here we go. Scrape, scrape, scrape. Now we'll just get the edges here. And outskirts floor is going to be just painful. Although, flat enough here that I can just do this. But even so, even with all of this that I'm doing, it's barely not moving the needle on outskirts floor. Huh. A giant mess. Yeah, the city part was just it was never going to be the problem. It was always going to be these wide open areas. I think it's because it just grates on the mind how much open space there is, and you're not sharing the tinks for a long while. I swear, by the time I get this done, Fall's gonna be like 80% done. Yeah, that's funfair. This is funfair, okay. Outskirts is everything here. Gotcha. Oh dear. Bit by bit. Oh gosh, and it cuts all around. Oh gosh. I think part of the issue is that with these rocks, there's just enough of those oblique angles that you can easily miss, like, a small spot, and you have to go hunting all over for it. And this... Oh gosh, it's the whole thing. Roan. Okay, I need to... Oh, I need to flex my fingers because they are getting so stiff. Alright, riverside floor. And that's garden floor, so let's get riverside floor done then. We're out here. And then we clean up funfair in the back. And then we'll come to the front. Yep, this is all outskirts floor still. Huh. There we go. That sounded more like it. Gosh, even with that, it's not all done. What, he's complaining about that too? Really? Wow, it's so dark it's hard to see what's stuck on at times. Yeah, that too. It's so barely noticeable at times. What? Ah, these rocks are going to be the death of me. Or at least of my sanity. Ah. No, a lot of the outskirts floor is almost done. I'm seeing all these multicolored spots and like, oh gosh, isn't that mold? You don't want that kind of stuff growing on you. Those things are terrifying. Molds are terrifying. Okay. Ah, thank goodness. 74%. You finally had the outskirts floors done, huh? Oh. You can get Riverside floor done. There we go. Alright, let's get Funfair zone done. Yeah, with all of this, I think it's just hard to tell. Like, you don't realize that some of these are very, very hard stuck bits. Oh, yikes. Yes, see, all of that back there. You have all these small spots over here. And of course, you have stuff at the edge here, which you miss. And even after all of that... Oh yeah, I missed stuff here. Stuff here. What? What do you mean it didn't catch those? Ah. Rock. Yeah. Ember tree's almost done. Got that done. I wonder what's in this fun fair. I don't know. I've been to a few fairs, a few state fairs, and I guess I don't know if it's just I'm missing something, or just I mean I guess it's fine. Not everything is for everyone, and this no, the fact I didn't have fun at those is just normal. I guess, like, those carnival games just never really appealed to me. I don't think I knew that they were, I mean, at this point everyone knows that those things are rigged. But at that time I didn't even think it was rigged, I just didn't find it entertaining. The fun house was probably the only thing that I actually enjoyed, I suppose. In part because, I don't know, one of those you make your own fun kind of places. I've never, I've been to a number of amusement parks. I've been to, Disneyland, California Adventure, MGM Studios, and all that such. I've never had fun. Okay, I enjoy the time I spend with my friends and family, usually. But just, the place itself was just not anything I remember. I guess it's just also me being an absolute cheapskate and just finding, like, the cost of admission was so high, and I'm like, gosh, it wasn't the cost of it. Like, none of this here is the cost of admission, and, they're nickel and diming you for everything. Then again, I mean, I'm here playing video games, so this is absolutely very different from the kind of fun you get at a state fair or the likes, or a amusement park. Well, the funfair floor seems to be just cleaned up accidentally, which is nice. Here we go. Alright, what is your major malfunction? Oi, oi, oi. Fine, fine, fine. What? Alright. Leslie's just cleaning up this, huh? The last bit of floor here. There we go. Okay, apparently I missed a bunch of things here. Now I'm going to be very, very Really? I missed that? What? That is a thing? Oh. Yes, this random rock over here is part of the... Ah. You do be taking the piss. Ah, I missed something on Funfair. Was it Fun... Yeah, Funfair. Okay. Now for the hopefully more entertaining part. Yeah, 80%. Like, only 20% of the entire thing is actually the city itself. Which is amusing. Did I get the outside? Let me make sure I have the outsides as well. Ah, the sweet litany of dings. And this is why I saved the city for last. Mm-hmm. Ding, ding, ding. Spray all of this here. Doing things block by block, district by district. There we go. Hmm. Yes. What did I miss? Oh, there and there. Can't believe I missed all of this. Ah, right. Hold on, monsieur. Where is last bits? Oh, there and there. Really? I didn't get the newsstand? Nope, I guess that's it there, so let's do the garden next. Inside and out. There, we'll take the parapet as well. Yeah, we can just easily just go through that, and I can't believe the village hall stuff didn't finish. Anyways, moving on. Just going to ignore that gnome. Although I am amused that's where they put it. And we'll do the castle parapet after this. Ah, need to let my fingers flex a bit. Let us continue on. I'm gripping the mouse so tight because I'm just trying to get a very, very precise movement of it. Why is this not... Okay. We'll come back to a castle. We'll be done downtown with from garden. Let's do midtown. And... So this is uptown? Not very up to me. I mean, it is up physically, but you'd think uptown is a bit more... Fancy. Oh yeah, there's university, I suppose. That makes it more uptown, I suppose. That's just a museum. Bakery, so no residences. Looks like mostly shops. Mostly business. Oh, I had the worst thought. Business in front, party in the back. I'm sorry. That just came to me. The fact that I'm not getting any reaction means no one got it. Good. Noodle restaurant. So there was a... I'm not sure if you have a restaurant like this around Jeeton, but there's one called Noodles and Company, and we went in, my family and I was curious about it. We went in and were absolutely disappointed. Yeah, Noodles and Company, for us, it was like, okay, pick a lane and stay in it. Like, Noodles is not a lane. What's with the frowny face, Kane? I wonder if that restaurant chain's still alive. That was disappointing. Well... The problem is, like, noodles are so different that trying to do all the different kinds of noodles in one place means you kind of do them all raw. Yeah, noodles are nice, but pick a noodle and stick with it. Trying to do all the noodles just means all your noodles are terrible. It's really just not just the noodles, you know? Like, there's a difference between, you know, not chicken noodle soup and ramen. Don't use the same broth for both. Don't. Ah. Tonkatsu. Okay, tonkatsu or tonkotsu? There's a difference. Tonkatsu ramen means you had that tonkotsu. Okay, yeah. 'Cause I was about to say, tonkatsu ramen is a different thing. It's just tonkatsu and ramen, which is fairly common, but... Yeah. Oh gosh, there is a ramen place nearby, and I don't know if something got miscommunicated or they just didn't understand. I asked for shoyu ramen, and they gave me tonkotsu. Mind you, I don't mind tonkotsu. I like shoyu ramen better. But if I ask for shoyu ramen, give me shoyu ramen. I'd be mad if they gave me like miso ramen as well, but still. The other thing with a lot of ramens is that I actually have to make sure that it's not made with Nihon dashi. So, it's again, fish allergy. Really frustrating because a lot of them still do use fish, which, frankly, it's fine. I just can't eat it. Okay, I think I remember better now. I asked them, what kind of, if I order a ramen, what am I going to get? And they didn't understand, so I asked, okay, is it going to be a shoyu ramen? And they said yes. So I ordered it, and when I got it, it was tonkotsu. I know that instant ramen gets kind of memed on as a survival food / party food, but I really like instant ramen. I like real ramen, like fresh cooked ramen, but don't get me wrong, but even just your basic instant ramen, it's a comfort food for me. Yes, so yeah, they didn't get the order wrong. I'm not sure they actually understood a difference between tonkotsu and shoyu or... Okay, that's not to say. They had ramen and they had a miso ramen. So, of the common popular touch of ramen, the non-miso ramen was either going to be shoyu or tonkotsu. So I asked, is it shoyu? They said yes. Never had instant ramen. That's fair. Like the instant ramens are also different between, cup noodles, Maruchan, Sapporo Ichiban. And then you have the Korean ones. The Shin Ramyun. Spicy ones, I love those. But the noodles are kind of weird. I like the broth, I do not like the noodles. Yeah, something's up with the noodles. If you cook it... Yeah. You cannot fry those noodles very well. You can boil them, but you don't want to boil them too long either. But yeah, those noodles from the Shin Ramyun don't like to be fried. Which I know, I'm not sure if you're familiar with cooking the ramen, just no sauce. Frying it and then putting the sauce powder in it. And you serve it up with, egg omelette and Spam. I'm making myself hungry right now. I don't need to be making myself hungry. I just have to check if I have enough Spam in stock. There is Spam on sale in Costco. And, I was balking at the price of Spam. It was like, I forgot how much it was for how many crates or cans of Spam, but it's like $15 and I was just balking at it. But then I looked at the, price per pound of meat and went, okay, that's kind of reasonable. Like anything below 5 pounds, $5 per pound, I consider an okay price. I mean, given the cost of living has just skyrocketed to a very uncomfortable level. I really like Spam. I just can't eat it too much because it's so salty. In Hawaii, there was a dish which was rice, furikake, spaghetti, fish cutlet, katsu, Spam, and a chicken breast. Of course, got the variants that didn't have the fish, Oh, that was really good stuff. And yes, we had rice and spaghetti on the same plate. Rice, spaghetti, macaroni salad. I miss Hawaiian food. Where's the university statue is this one, okay. Rice and spaghetti's not a combo I'd think of. Yeah, understandable. Oh, I forgot. Though the meat you got with that is called the zip pack. A fish cutlet. Teriyaki beef. Breaded chicken cutlet. And spam. So it wasn't the pork cutlet, it was a chicken cutlet. Teriyaki. Well, like Korean style teriyaki. Fried fish, Japanese style. Spam. Just so many different things going on. It was great. It is great. And that was a meal. Gosh. I mean, there are times where I would just grab cans of Spam, put it in the Spam slicer, fry it up, and, you know, make a dish out of that. The only problem is that whenever you use Spam, you just have to work around Spam. Yay. Village Hall ledge over here. Then mountain tree down there. I missed the base. Ah. What? Oh my god. Once more, this inconspicuous rock that blends in with the scenery is an objective. It's kind of amusing that that castle is just 10% of the entire bloody thing. Oh dear. Yeah, and because it's put in an awkward place, it's just... Okay. No, it's just a castle. Start from one side, work our way up. Or go around. I figured you'd get stuck on that. Oh dear. Alright, going to need an extension. Okay, get me the ladder. Okay. We'll get up close for the other one. That more distant one, we'll get up close for it. This one here will just do this first. Too far away, we're not getting the coverage on the soap. I didn't say your name. I don't think I said your name in a while. Did I? I don't remember ever... Ask me something. I might be going crazy. Yeah, you might. You might have been related to, like... No, I already talked to you about the PoE issues. Okay. Well, to be fair, I'm working on a castle, so... ah... I wonder how Atria's book club is going. Things seem to be going quite well. It went okay. Well, Atria's just chatting. I see you're just chatting right now. Okay, let's go back down. Oh dear. You know what? We're here. We'll just finish this. Yeah, this is so much nicer. Oh, nice. Okay. Let's soap all of this first, and we'll just do one side of this. Let's get the outer edge, and then we'll go walk inside. And we'll get the outside first. We're out here. Work on the outside in. Relax. Good grief. I'm doing it one side at a time. Although after this, should probably go ahead and use the outside of that castle over there.
Don't give that to me. Find one of
sh-
my familiars and dump it on them.
All right, hydrated. There is the last bits on here. There we go. Okay, we'll come back to that after we handle... You know what? Because of how complex that is, let's actually finish this. Yeah, 3% and it... I mean, it looks complex. It's not super complex because of the soap, but it's still a thing to go through. Eh? What do you mean this is still dirty? Oh. Oh, something that I have been pondering doing is more Space Engineer streams. Although I don't think the server that Pira's running is running anymore. But would still be nice to just mess around with the new stuff that came in the recent updates. Oh, I missed a lot. Wow. Okay, so this is going to be a bit... What am I missing on this castle rampart? Alright, with this here, let's go ahead. Can I into all of that. Okay, that's clear. That's clear. Castle Keep. So it's on the inside. Goodness. That's gonna be tricky. It's not an angle I have very good sight on. Nope, this works. I'm not gonna contest that. Okay. What? Is it just that... Ah. There we go. What does it look like? So yeah, you can see it go... You can see that the castle itself was pretty fast. It was just that outskirts that took so long. Like, okay. So ads are gonna start soon. We still got half an hour. Do we want to call it a night here, or...? Okay. Okay, I just had to hit that so that it would cancel. Yeah, we have all the washer equipment. It's really just, cosmetics at this point. Yeah, it's just furniture now. We've got all these nice little bits of furniture. Proper bits of furniture! My goodness. You know, when you look at it like this, and like, you see all of these things here, there's more content here. Yes. Toby didn't have any in the desert? Interesting. Yeah, got to hydroelectric dam. Fascinating. Dolphy's right there. Yeah, Mountain Rushless, that was a cool one. Yeah, all the, Okay, these are just utterly silly. Yeah, it's Toll Hutchington Post's font. Ah. Okay. The other secret. Yeah, all I've done is just put stuff here. Although, I think there is the... Yeah. I'm just kind of amused that, yeah, we just bought his guitar, but we still have to power wash it. And I don't think power washing guitar like this is safe or good for it. Okay, for real, this is just the... There we are. That 100% is not holding up against a push, not at all. I had a classmate. His username, because he played the guitar, was Bender Bender. Yeah, got a good kick out of that. We got the gothic, retro, rustic, and futuristic set. Okay, good. I was gonna be very, very upset if it was one of those things that you'd have to run all around just to figure out what tiny spot I'm missing. I mean, thankfully these things are just easy enough to just dope and go. Now, I find myself sometimes torn between, like, do I want to go with a futuristic kind of look, or do I want to go with a, yeah. What kind of look do I want? Like, yeah, him futuristic. You also have the really cool things with the gothic here. Not too much to retro, but, I get stuck between the two, you know? don't really consider this a futuristic pair, although I think, like I said before, with the Jetsons and our visions of the future, really does change a lot. Yeah, all this metal back here and... Okay. And after this should just be the top. Nope, as long as I keep seeing numbers go up on the left, I'm like, yeah, it's not yet done. Oh, I guess it is done. Maybe it's called the futuristic couch is because it can survive being power washed. Maybe that's the futuristic cart. Taking an industrial grade dishwasher. Bloody hell, why did I do that? Button, please. There we go. That'll clean it out real nice. Alright, let's clean up this one, and then we can call it an evening. We'll see who we can raid. For tomorrow, it'll depend on my mood and my ability to figure out what kind of setup I want to do for Factorio. If we're doing Factorio, though, I don't know if I'm still in enough of a mood to do a factory game at the moment. And if there's been any update to Path of Exile that is worth maybe just giving it one more shot, then we'll be doing Path of Exile, but expect either Path of Exile or Factorio tomorrow. For Factorio, it's probably going to be just a very, very, still almost, I don't know if I would say creative mode kind of stream. But definitely not going to go hard. There's definitely not going to be any enemies at all and so on and so forth. We're just going to take it easy. We'll not have any of the resources run out and such. And we'll see how things go from there. Now, who have we online? We haven't seen Celia or Winter. Also that Anubis, we've not seen them in a long while. I think... What is everyone playing? We can do some Space Marine. Not Morgan, was it John Tom who spoke to us about Space Marine? So we're going to jump over to Anubis. It's very rare we get to see them. I suppose just schedules and all that jazz, and perhaps I don't think everything. I can't speak. It's definitely time for me to wrap up, Sheen. Alrighty then. As always, travelers, it's a pleasure to have you here. But until I see you again, safe travels.